Journey with us to the Emerald City as we celebrate the magic of L. Frank Baum's indelible characters at the annual OzCon. And pucker your lips and prepare to be blown away when a group of talented performers whistle a different tune at their annual gathering in Pasadena on this edition of Out and About.
My name is Raymond Francis Wohl. I was born in Toledo, Ohio. I have 11 brothers and sisters, and we used to watch The Wizard of Oz every year, in a black and white TV and then a color one, and the magic of Oz. Like you, we grew up with it, didn't we? It was an annual
Yes, and
event.
they have color now.
I hear they do.
So what is it like being here today?
Oh, it's great. Well, I'm hot at the moment in this polyester, but it's a lot of fun. We have a crazy Oz vacation every year. I can't wait to come back again next year, next July. It's it's been running 55 years, but I've been coming since 2012.
Wow,
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, every year. And then I come here and I do some Disney, stay with my friends, and I have a great time.
I do need to ask you though, do you use a broom when you come here from
no,
London?
I come by bubble.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right, I forgot.
Honestly.
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. You'll find he is a wizard, a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz.
Fans of the L. Frank Baum classic follow the Yellow Brick Road to the Emerald City of Pomona, California for the annual OzCon, a gathering for fans of both the Oz books and the beloved 1939 MGM musical.
We are on campus at Cal Poly Pomona at OzCon International 2019, a weekend-long gathering of all things Oz for 3 days.
And people of Oz, somewhat.
People of Oz, so characters, cartoons, books, collectibles, anything to do with Oz. It's a all things Oz, from Judy Garland fans to kids who like the books to to anyone that reads or collects anything related to Oz or L. Frank Baum.
Now, this is an international organization, I believe, of Oz enthusiasts.
Absolutely. We actually, we have people here from the land of Oz itself. Australia even have flown here. Our chairman is British. We have people from all walks of life. It is majority, U.S. people with a good concentration of California or West Coast people, as this is technically the West Coast Convention, although people do come from everywhere.
To kick off the festivities, organizers hold a costume contest, which includes references from both the movies and the many Oz novels. Besides the popular characters depicted in the movies, Baum populated his magical Emerald City with a wealth of literary personalities. And while there were ample depictions of Dorothy and the Cowardly Lion, visitors also got a glimpse of other characters who appeared in Baum's many follow-ups to his original.
Well, buzz, buzz here, buzz, buzz there.
Here a buzz, there a buzz.
Everywhere a buzz.
In 1900, I published The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, copyrighted Chicago, Illinois, and that started the whole world and wonderful world of Oz and all these characters. And then my readers demanded that I return to Oz, and I did 13 times, so 14 Oz books in total.
Well, from the viewpoint of a wizard, can you tell me, sir, what this event has been like for you today?
Well, it's wonderful for me on many levels. Frank Baum being remembered all these years later. This is the 100th anniversary of my passing this world. But this club, this international club, keeps the memory of my books and the films and all the wonderful ephemera of Oz alive in everyone's heart. And so coming back here and celebrating that as a member and as a writer and a performer is just really a wonderful homecoming.
Tell me what it's like for you to be with people who are probably very familiar to you and maybe even your friends here.
Well, many of these international Ozians know more about Frank Baum than I do, even though I've read 5 biographies in the Baum Bugle and research, and each of them, because some of them are just amazing scholars, I realize I've embarked on a journey that's going to take the rest of my life to really figure this wonderful American hero, literary hero out. But coming here is just amazing because they're artists and writers and researchers and historians, and they celebrate Oz every year.
Besides enveloping oneself in one of the many classic Oz novels, fans found other ways to celebrate Baum's works, like participating in the Oz Trivia Contest. With questions involving Winkies and Wogglebugs, this series of grueling and detailed questions would challenge even the most dedicated of Baum's fans. Inside the dealer's room, visitors can indulge in tables full of classic Wizard of Oz collectibles, like commemorative plates, knickknacks, and even dolls representing the characters from the popular MGM musical. And one talented artist displays a series of Oz-inspired paintings which underline the lasting influence which Baum's vision has had on artists.
Well, The Wizard of Oz is like a cornucopia of imagination. It all started with L. Frank Baum, the author. His first book was The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, came out in 1900. And it became so popular, he ended up writing 13 more as a series. As we know, the popular movie from MGM 1939 starring Judy Garland really brought Wizard of Oz to international recognition. And so thus you see here within the selection a celebration of all the different versions of Oz and styles that it can be depicted in. In the original Oz books, Dorothy oftentimes was depicted as a blonde with bobbed hair. In the first Oz book, she looked closer to Judy Garland as we see Dorothy in our mind's eye today. But in the rest of the series, after Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the illustrator John R. Neal described her with blonde bobbed hair. So that's what you see right here, that style.
Tell me what we're looking at down here on the table. First, that is he there.
Yes, L. Frank Baum.
Yeah, and then what over here?
Here we have Ray Bolger, who played as the Scarecrow in the 1939 Wizard of Oz. He was originally hired basically to play the Tin Woodman and opted to play the Scarecrow. So he bid for the Scarecrow role. He felt he was more limber and more that of his style as opposed to a Tin Woodman. Over here, we have David Montgomery and Fred Stone, and they're really like the earliest depictions of the Tin Woodman and Scarecrow from the early stage play. I believe it started in 1901. It was showcased in the Majestic Theater in New York.
Tell me then, what medium are you using? Is this oil? Am I seeing oil?
Yes. In fact, I use oil thinned with basically a thinner, not noxious turpentine, but an odorless thinner. And ultimately, I use my oil reminiscent of the watercolor technique. Of course, there's no water involved, but the thinning of the paint gives you translucent glazes, which gives it a nice soft touch.
So if I spill a drink on this, it'll roll over onto the floor.
It'll roll right off it. Yep, like just off of a mallard duck. This is a print of Judy when she first arrived in Munchkinland. And the original canvas was 18 by 24, and my technique with oil here is a lot more opaque. So I'm not thinning my layers as much with this particular version.
I understand that you're working on or considering a coloring book.
Yes, in fact, there's a DVD due for release called Remembering Return to Oz, and as a little promo on the side, they're issuing a coloring book that I've designed, depicting scenes from the movie.
I'll have to look for that because we have crew members who love to color things.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it should be available soon online, and you can search for it or Google for it, Remembering Return to Oz.
nearly 120 years, L. Frank Baum's Wonderful Wizard of Oz has enchanted generations with its imagination and charm. One cannot overestimate the influence it has had on literature and film, not to mention our collective imagination. For entertaining stories that encompass everything from thrilling adventure to moral lessons on the importance of friends and family, there's no place like Oz. So if somebody's interested in Oz, either the movie or, of course, the famous book or the characters themselves, how would they get in touch with your group?
So definitely, we're Facebook focused on OzCon International, really easy to look up and find. There's also the International Wizard of Oz Club, which is a huge, group of thousands of people, been around since the 50s, have meetings and write-ups and reviews, and they sell stuff, and that's a great way to meet people near you, far away from you, anyone that likes the same thing as you.
Birds of a feather seem to be flocking here.
Yes, absolutely. All sorts of birds flock here. Parrots to flamingos to anything goes, basically. Everyone's accepted in Oz, which is why you see such a diverse group of people here. That's one of the main themes throughout all of the books.
Hence, we're in California and diverse.
Yes, absolutely. Very, diverse. We've got 4-year-olds here, we've got 94-year-olds here, and I think there's fun for everyone here at some point. There's definitely a nice mix. It's not just a book thing, it's not just a movie thing, it's just an everyone thing.
Why, after 100 years, is this subject and story so popular?
I just think the themes are universal in it, and they're still timely. Even though Dorothy didn't have a cell phone or a TV, every little kid, loves family and longs for home and wants love. And you meet some weird people along the way, perhaps, but that's the fun of it. In the end, it's still a happy ending. She gets what she needs, and she goes home. A lost little girl who finds her way home, and I think every kid or adult can still identify with that.
To experience the feel of traveling over the rainbow, to revisit some of your fondest childhood memories, tap your heels 3 times together and follow the yellow brick road to OzCon, each July at Cal Poly in Pomona, California.
So if you don't mind, I would love to do a little sample for you.
I insist.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, it's right here, it's summertime, so I would love to whistle for you a little bit of... There you go.
Be sure to like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to OzConnection. See you next time.